I
Oh,
mean,
wait.
it's just what you have
Really?
available.
I did not do an intro at all.
Wow.
Nobody
Ooh, what
is
did it
here.
catch? Ooh, Lord.
Hey,
Hey, Mo. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Mhm. I'm good. Sorry. I'm
Hey.
good. Got these lights on my face, but I'm good. Good.
Yes.
Especially after today. I've been having a good old time today on the TikToks and the
Oh,
and the
shoot. I got to
videos.
catch up. Hey, Ski Grad. Yes. Try that in a small town.
Oh, they tried it. They tried.
Ain't
Oh,
Tuskegee,
did they
Alabama?
try it? I
Hey,
know.
girl.
I know you guys have been watching, and I feel like we're supposed to be on some like new, like elevated, reclaiming my prime kind of stuff. But we gotta talk about this. This Montgomery brawl, Alabama boat brawl, fuck around and find out brawl. I don't know what you
Right.
want to call it, but it is amazing. Amazing. All the
People
content
acting
coming
like
from
we
it.
done won the Civil War all over again. Like, I don't know.
But
People,
it's
I was
like a
like,
movie. I feel like
I
it's a
feel
movie.
right? It's like not real. Aqua in. I was like, I can't. Like, oh. Maybe that's the release.
Yeah.
Sometimes with wellness, you got to let go of the tension. You got to let go of the release, and I think this stood as uh, uh, stick it to the Karen kind of thing. Like the Karens
To
and the
the what
kids.
Karen got with that chair.
Was those Crocs? Was that real? Those Crocs.
Oh, with the Crocs up the shins. Ooh. So if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about,
Excuse me.
on Saturday, August 5th, if you don't know what we're talking about, I don't know where you've been, first of all. But Saturday, August 5th, there was a dock worker trying to move a pontoon that was parked in the wrong spot, right? Like a ferry was supposed to the dock. He was saying like 5 or 6 middle-aged white people owned the pontoon, parked it, weren't supposed to park it there. There was a big old ferry boat coming in. So he was trying to move it. The worker, I don't know how old he was, but middle-aged, maybe black man, trying to move it, doing his job, doing what he's supposed to. It's the best movie since Wakanda, LOL. Okay, Skiki Grad. But they came for him and they started to fight him, had him on the ground. They were scrapping and stuff. And then it was like the bat signal, the Wakanda message or whatever went out. And black
A
people from
hat.
everywhere came. Yeah, he threw that hat in the air, and everybody's like, I mean, men were skipping down the dock, like, what? Are we gonna do this? That would scare me.
That
I'd be
was
like, they about to
funny.
do something.
Did you see that meme of the guy getting kicked, and then he saw the guy
Uh-uh.
skipping along, and he's like,
And he was like smiling. He was like,
"Yeah,
oh, they're coming, they're coming.
I
They're
can't." The
calling
memes,
that one 16-year-old jumped off the ferry boat or whatever boat
yeah, and
and
started
swam there. They're calling
swimming.
him Aquaman.
Yeah, yeah, or Aqua in. I saw that one too. Hey,
Ooh,
broken traditions.
yes.
Yes,
Adriel said the
yes,
memes and the gifs are wild.
they are.
We are so unserious as a people.
My cousin said everybody better get your folding chairs if you need one because they're going to double the price now.
I can't believe it. I mean, the short little clips of that woman in the red dress, just
Mhm.
bam, chair on top of her head. I mean, it's it's messed up to laugh at something like this. Like, this is not something that we condone or, yeah, everybody go out there and do this.
Yeah,
I am proud that nobody brought a gun,
yeah.
right? I mean,
I
that's
think
one
that's
thing
one
to
of
be
the
happy
things. Yeah.
about. What happened?
Mhm.
I always say, what happened to old school fighting? Why can't you just
Right?
duke it out with your fists, call it a day? Nobody died. So
Nope.
that's American for you. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You didn't nobody
I
got
know.
shot today at this
This
thing.
this girl I know, she posted something about it. Oh no, she was posting about that Kai Cenat thing. The guy, if you haven't
What's
heard
that?
about that, that's the guy in Union Square in New York who said he was going to bring all these PlayStations and all kinds of computers
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
Twitch or
Um,
something, right? He was on
yeah,
Twitch.
from Twitch. He's like an influencer there, content creator. And so the kids go and just go nuts. Anyway, I said, she was trying to post that. And I said, well, nobody died on like January 6th. I was just trolling. I was like, I'm trolling. They're all assholes, but still nobody
But everybody's
died.
making that connection though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fact that a man hit a woman in the head. Is it because she's a woman? Is that what it is for you? Because I feel like if you're gonna be her licks in, so
you sounding like computer love.
So are you.
Oh no.
There were enslaved people brought to that. Yep. Can you hear me?
Oh, that's why they had Harriet Tubman. I just thought they just had Harriet Tubman in there just to add to it. Oh wow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, that's what we had the Jason Aldean song. I guess that was a problem a couple weeks ago or whatever it was. What everybody was talking. But I feel like people don't know context. They don't know what's the history behind things. And so, I mean, one of the reasons, what Skiki Grad just said, like this area, this place had some historical significance. And so if you don't know the history or you don't know why people are excited just cause, but there's history to it. Jason Aldean, he didn't know the historical, maybe he did. And that's exactly what he was trying to signal. The historical significance of the building he was dancing and singing in front of in the video and what he was saying and stuff.
The lynching post or something.
Yeah, it was like a courthouse or someplace where all these lynchings took place. I mean, if you don't know the historical significance, yeah, you think it's just a song or you think it's just people, whiling out on the dock. Like there's more to the story.
I want to play Tutti Frutti to that chair guy. I'm gonna do that later. The guy
play what? Tutti Frutti. What?
Oh, Rudy. Can you imagine watching to that?
Oh my god. Oh
my god.
Skiki Grad got comments. Yeah, ooh. I mean, I don't know. I'm just proud nobody got unalived and that there were no guns brought to this thing.
She better go get some ice. Did you hear? So I don't know what's real news and what's fake news because now they're saying that they went to the hospital. A few of them went to the hospital. I'm like, why weren't they arrested? And then they were upset because all of the medical staff was Black. Then they were like, all these N-words in here. And then they called the police. So I don't know if that's
what's the police going to do? Arrest the doctors?
Somebody said, I hope all the police come and they're all Black.
Wouldn't that have been something?
Right?
I mean, I've seen some people talking about what if this was reversed? What if it was Black people on a boat and white people came and beat them up and all this stuff?
They
and I'm sitting there like, how like, I don't know. The inability to see
broken traditions.
I don't know.
Skiki Grad, a man hitting a woman with a chair has nothing to do with George Floyd or Trayvon Martin.
It's a cumulative buildup of things, probably.
If you want to discuss, I mean,
she better go get some ice and call it a day. I mean, I don't know. I feel though that a lot is coming to a head. I mean, people are. It's like the boiling point. A lot of things have happened, and maybe this is what white supremacists or whatever are afraid of is a reckoning, a day of reckoning, or a retaliation. And so little things like this are kind of frightening. I bet.
I don't know.
Especially when they come skipping down the dock.
He
was like, he looked like.
I don't feel not a little chair.
A little chair.
This little
she
chair.
Got bopped. She got bopped.
She got bopped out like a light. That was It's like a little shot in Friday. What do you call it? And it's just like, sorry.
You love that word, but that's fitting. That sure is fitting. That's true.
Like what?
I don't know. Ooh. The memes, though. I'm here for the memes. It's entertainment.
They are. People are so creative. Like Black Twitter is unmatched. Like they are
quick.
So creative and quick. Just quick with the wit. I can't even think. People are doing even this one comedian I follow, she was doing something in her pool talking about how to swim when you see a fight and all this stuff. And it's just like, it was okay. But it's like, I couldn't even, sorry to that woman. Better get some ice, like you said.
I mean, there's warrants out. People got arrested. Yep. I said there's warrants out. People got arrested. Yeah. And again, nobody got unalived. So that's a win to me.
But the narration, can we talk about the narration? That
The
really,
creativity.
just the people watching it live, just the people like recording from their
Yes.
phones and that is just
You get all the angles too. You got all the angles
Yes.
because everybody was recording it from the
Somebody
boat,
please
from the up
compile.
above.
Yeah. All of those. I
Whew.
want to see it all in just one reel. Like it's amazing. We are unmatched. I'm sorry. We are unmatched. Just the narration was just like, oh, he going over there. Oh, he's swimming. Oh, you get him, young boy. Get him, young boy.
And they were singing Ludacris. They were like, "Move, bitch, get
Get
out
out
the
there.
way."
Yeah,
The
that was
whole
the
boat.
beginning.
The whole boat. Oh, the man in the chair going to
Oh,
get the most
definitely.
mark
Yeah.
my words. Okay,
Yeah.
broken traditions.
Did you see girl, her
I
pony, her
mean,
little poof was coming off? Wigs coming off. It was a brawl. One of the
but then
memes
it's
said,
also you hear that stuff about like, oh well, he shouldn't have hit this woman or whatever, and a lot of the pushback on the social media stuff was like, well, I mean, is it because she's a woman? Is that it? Because what's happened to black women over? I mean, we going back to our old ways or whatever, but like for real, like she got a chair. Some people,
they beating kids out here.
all kind of unspeakable things happening. But it was good for some laughs today. That's pretty much all I can. I'll take it where I can get it.
Yeah. I think they had sent it on Sunday, Ski Grad, and I missed it. And so everybody kept sending it. And I'm like, okay, something happened in Montgomery, Alabama. And then I was out at this bar and the lady said, oh, I'm so happy. And then she starts describing like Montgomery, Alabama, the boat and stuff. And I'm like, wait, I keep getting the meme and I can't hear
People
it.
are happy.
Yeah, she was like, I just got so much joy. Like you would think she saw like a christening or something.
God. A christening. People were in the water, so I don't know.
I was just like, so I came home and watched it, and then I've been watching it ever since Sunday. I can't get enough.
There's always something new. Someone puts their own little twist on it, a little flair, a little joke, music, Nuck if you buck.
Right?
All kind of stuff. But I don't know.
What did they say? Nuck if you buck, the hat going up, Wakanda, Avengers, the inventions. I think it was like there's all kind of stuff out there. I can't keep up.
The folding chair was invented by a black man. I mean, history lessons come popping
For
up
real?
left and right.
Is that true?
Yes, I don't know if it's true, but I've seen that they were talking about that. I'm like, oh, okay. This moment is brought to you by I saw her that swim lesson. Yeah, so I don't know.
No.
But we had to address it. I mean, we had to. How do we not talk about that?
That's pretty much, yeah. And the unity of thought, I think, is just like, how are so many people like thinking the same stuff, laughing? I was like, the way I cackled, I was like squealing. Like people are so creative.
Because there was some funny stuff. Like toss everybody so creative. Yeah. But I mean, just the toss of the hat. It's a style, I feel like. And I don't care how this sounds, that black people do things. I mean, skipping down the dock, that's something. Tossing the hat, that's something. Like
communication.
All of it. It's just
because
we know what that means.
We couldn't communicate. We couldn't speak and use our words.
I don't
There's
know.
a video.
Entertainment.
The guy throwing up a hat. That like one of those rap songs, and it's so funny because it shows this guy, and then it's like the rap song. Like nothing is new.
No, but it's funny.
Oh wow, the chair. That's true. Okay.
Anyways, what are we supposed to talk about today? We done talked about
Prime.
August 5th. They're talking like it's some kind of holiday already.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna tell my kids it was the Boston Tea Party.
The Montgomery Ball, August 5th.
So we have this new name, Reclaiming Our Prime. If you saw the last episode, we kind of explained how we came there. And what is the prime? When you look it up, did you look it up? What is the prime? Like,
I found some funky little article. I think I shared it with you, but it was just talking about what, like, everybody's got ideas of when a woman, because we're women, Is that even something we should talk about?
You paused. I was like, wait, are we?
I know, but I feel like that's up for debate ish.
We're
That's a whole nother topic.
Mammary having beings or something. I don't even know what they're calling it.
I mean, I don't know. Again, that's another topic. I feel like I don't want it to be read into what I'm saying, but it's just, you say, I don't know, whatever. We're women, right? And a lot of times I think society
Define woman.
women are, there we go. That's where we have a problem. I'm not ready to do that. But women in their prime 20s, usually your body is doing what the body's supposed to do. You're independent. You probably have some kind of a job. You out there living, doing things with your friends, dating, whatever. That's, everybody says, oh, your prime years, whatever, is your 20s. But we kind of pushing back on that because we knew each other in our 20s.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing prime about what we was going through in our
But at the time
20s,
it was, I hate to say, 24 for me was a prime. That was a prime. And I think because my definition of prime was something different than it is now.
What was it?
Because then it was more just accomplishing those things that you're told you're supposed to do, like get your own place, get your car, get your job, pay your bills,
yep.
like take care of yourself, clean up on Sundays. I mean, I wish I still did
That's
that.
all overrated.
Go to Trader Joe's, like just all of that. And it's just like being an adult, you're just learning for the first time. Well, for me, I was learning for the first time how to really be an adult. Even though I've been in college since 16, it was different. And like this was like the first time I wasn't caring. Like I didn't make a lot of money at all. And I still wonder how in the world did I do so much stuff with no money?
Right.
Because like now I make.
They're doing it now. They're doing it now. I'm like, how are you doing that?
I'm pretty much living the same. I'm like, something got lost in the middle. But it's just like, you're not worried about anything and just living and enjoying life, like in a flow almost. And so.
Oh, I like that. Unstructured Conversation said the mind and body rarely are in their prime simultaneously. Smart. Well, I think it depends on how. So I found this article. I don't even know if I could share. I don't know. It's called When is a Woman in Her Prime? It's on Growth Lodge, which is like some kind of like online, e-zine or whatever. And it talks about different factors. Like there's a physical factor, obviously, that can be measured by, hey, are you fertile or physically able to, like, are you able to run a 5K with no problem? That kind of stuff. Or psychological perspective, your professional peak it addresses. Your looks, what society says versus biologically, like what's supposed to be, preferred or whatever. And so I think your prime is when all of that kind of comes together. And I think we think 20s, but I think 30s and 40s are probably more ideal. Because you're still able to have children. I mean, whatever. I think mentally we are starting to get a grip on it all by the time you're in your 30s. Because 20s, probably physically my prime, I was a hot mess in my brain. And I knew it then. I know it now. Looking back, yes. Like emotionally unaware, just not mature.
Yeah,
mentally,
same.
Emotionally.
Yeah, I wasn't emotionally.
Not to say that I'm there now, but.
Yeah, I'm definitely not now, but I'm more aware of the things because back then I was just very immature. And somebody actually told me that. And I got really upset and even acted more immature because he told me I was immature. And I was like, I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. But I was just also clueless because I didn't really, and engage with people.
No introspection too. Yeah.
Yeah, no introspection. Yeah. Well, a lot of introspection, but like just messed up introspection. So yeah.
I was very much in that victim mindset in my 20s.
Definitely. I was in my victim mindset until 40. Like so. Yeah.
But I think when we started the podcast and now like just coming to this break that we took and having conversations kind of offline and just realizing that we're in a space, we're in a place talking to other women. We realize like we're in a unique place. I feel like post-pandemic, et cetera, to be aware of our triggers and our trauma, where we've been, how to navigate the world kind of anew. And I feel like that's what the Reclaiming Our Prime is. Like we're starting over with so many weapons in our arsenal to like handle things and dissect things and make connections with other women via the podcast or just friends.
Yes.
And and deal with these things, and we are aware of our health mentally and physically, it's just a nice time for everything to just kind of come together. What the synergy? You're always talking about synergy.
Mhm.
There's something
The
happening
alignment.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, we still gonna talk about things on TikTok and whatever,
The
but this is
fuckery.
a beautiful time to talk about life and like how we are
Yeah.
doing life. Yeah.
It's new, like you said, it's new, it's like a whole
It's a
so I
new.
feel like this is my 3rd prime. My first prime was
Oh,
24, and they're all
okay.
associated with it, like, except this one is not really achievement, milestone related.
Milestone.
Um, when I was, in my late 30s, I wanna say, like 38, um, I had a 2nd prime because I that was when I had weight loss surgery. I lost a lot of weight. I had a decent job. I was living in a concierge. You're supposed to live in a concierge building, like all these stupid things that I
Oh,
just
had a
thought.
doorman and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's New
thought,
York. That's a very New York thing. Yeah.
yeah, I just thought that meant something, and it's like, oh,
Status. Like a
yeah, I'm
status.
I'm achieving in life. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm out traveling with my friends, with Adrielle and everyone. We're going, to
Hey,
Paris, we're going to Spain, we're going all over the place, just living.
living.
And so it just like was a flow. And so I would like when the pandemic hit, that was kind of a shock because it was such a trajectory, but that was definitely a prime in my life because of those things. And again, they're all related to kind of life status, life achievement things. So those were my younger years, but now it's more introspective. So
Yeah.
many,
So you,
yes.
so you can have multiple primes.
Mhm.
We should be blessed to have multiple
Yeah.
primes. I don't know that I could think about. I mean, I don't know when I would call my prime. I think my prime
Yes.
was more so. It was after my babies, so maybe like 38 probably was
Mm.
when I had my
Oh,
last one.
wow.
But I feel like I was doing everything and doing it well. Like I had it on lock. Like everything was right before like 2019, 2020. Let's just say
Mhm.
that's when everything, like I was on my best game. I wasn't tired. I was just doing. I was fun. I was a patient mom. I was able to I was making friends and just doing. I feel like what I think life is supposed to feel like. Like it felt good.
Yes, exactly, yes.
Yeah. So I think that was definitely a prime. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, physically, I was doing okay. I was doing great physically.
Mm.
Mentally, I was doing work, taking meds, doing things I needed to do after having that baby, the postpartum stuff.
Mhm.
Emotionally, like reconnecting with friends and doing, all that stuff. Because I really can't look back and say I had multiple. I can't think. My 20s was just it was a mess, a mess, a mess. So, oh, I would shake myself if I could go back. Oh, a
I
mess.
was trying to shake you, it didn't work.
Yeah, you should have just whew. I know you were too. But yeah, I don't know. And so I'm thinking this is I think this is it, like
Mhm.
reestablishing for me, like my youngest is going into kindergarten. So that
Uh,
means I can now focus for at least several hours in the day on me. Like what so now I'm in a weird crossroads, career,
yeah.
just self-development. Like what am I gonna do? And that
Mhm.
in itself is like,
Ooh, what
what
are
am
you
I gonna do?
thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. And I talked to my cousin's wife was like, first thing you need to do is take 2 weeks to just sleep. So you can just go ahead and nap for 2 weeks, chill out, decompress, and then start the work. I'm like, okay, I like your plan. So I don't
That
know.
makes sense. You gotta give yourself time. People are afraid. It's like you gotta give yourself time. I think society forces us to make things a status. It does, but
Uh-oh.
then it's like that's part of the prime years is you gotta say, "F what society thinks." Yeah, this is my one I have. This is it. I'm in the final
Hmm.
countdown. I gotta enjoy the
Ooh.
life that I want. So and
Yeah.
I can't
I
live for
think
other people, and I don't have that experience. Like for you, I can understand why you may have skipped a prime because you were in maybe in your prime and just not aware because you were taking care of other people,
yeah.
raising whole human beings. So you kind of did a selfless act. So that makes sense.
I think also a bigger thing that I've been grappling with lately since my dad passed in June is dealing with mortality. He was
Mhm.
74 years old and I'm 40 going to I'm 43. So I feel
Mhm.
like, okay, so that's 30 years if I'm blessed enough to have 30 more, what am I going to do to make the most out of those years? You know what I mean? So to sit here and be like, oh, my body was better in my 20s, or my career was better in my 30s, or looking backwards. I want to be more forward looking and
Yes.
present, also forward looking and planning and making, decisions that are going to benefit me, but also just present in every moment, because we talked about loss a little. We're probably gonna have an episode about it, but just to
Yeah.
know, hey, like, we need to be here right now
Right
in this
now. Yep.
moment,
Right
because
here.
they're fleeting and you don't know what you have. So
Yeah.
that's a
That's
way of
why all the
reclaiming.
chatter, yeah, all the
Yeah.
stupid stuff I try to avoid at all costs, and
Mm-hmm.
because it's just life is too short, and
Mm-hmm.
I've it's been had like I said, we had our
It's
younger
long. It's long too.
yeah, exactly, so say we had our
But
younger
it's
years to do
short.
all the bullshit, so now it's time to get
Yeah, right.
serious about things, and then and yeah, just some people, I'm just like you were saying, like, where we were going was almost like a Facebook comment section, and it's true, like, some people just can't see the positive in life, and we want to make sure that we see what is positive, and maybe even if it's not, like, what is the lesson in it.
Yes.
So
And the gratitude. I was
yeah.
just talking to my daughter about it last night. She was having a hard time falling asleep. I was like, why don't you just think about what you're grateful for?
Mhm.
And it's so easy to go negative. It's so
Yes.
easy to talk about what you don't have and why is this
Mhm.
happening to me? And but look,
Victim.
everybody has something. You woke up today. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
something to be grateful for. And so that's something in reclaiming our prime that I'm trying to remember and be mindful of, is to be present in the moment, express my gratitude, and be vocal to those that I am grateful for, to let them know, because no.
Yep,
So
exactly, and just being more vocal, like you said, and just being blunt and open, and just to
dang, you said blunt.
no
You out here
holds
hurting
barred.
feelings.
Just kidding. Just wanna, like, don't want any regrets, no regrets.
No regrets. No
Yeah,
regrets.
so,
Yeah, definitely don't want that.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Reclaiming our prime. Is there anything you plan on doing? I feel like, to kind of switch it up now that we're trying to follow a new. What do you want to do in your prime? This your prime?
Moving back to New York, we already talked about that, so,
Yes. Yes. Is this like
uh,
a for certain? You're like, that's the plan.
no, nothing's,
Nothing's been put in
permanent.
motion, but that's what you'd like to do.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, definitely. That's most likely then yeah, that's definitely almost like 100% happening. There's nowhere my friend said, "Oh, we can move somewhere new and had discovered together." I was like, "No, I'm too old for that. I ain't got time." Like I was here for a few years. Yeah, yes. And you watch,
Like
she'll be
New
gone
York coming through.
by the time I get there, she'll be gone. It's always like that. But yeah,
New York.
so that's something new, and just to see how I look at it under these lens, will I be revert back into my old ways, pushing people off the subway. Well, not off the subway, but,
Dang.
squeezing my
New York
way
City
in.
subway brawl 2024.
Somebody
You
passed
got
by me,
Mo in a
cough.
folding
Why
chair.
you cough? Right? Why you coughing? Passing me. Why you couldn't wait till you passed me to cough?
No,
Like,
please don't do that. Please don't do that. People are crazy
New
these
York
days.
was getting on my nerves. Ugh. And then the pandemic
I don't
came.
like New York.
So I don't
Oh, well,
know.
that's good.
I don't
You know
like
your energy. You know where
Yeah, I
you
know
need
the
to be.
energy, it's the vibe, and it's so
Yeah.
funny, I was just talking to somebody, actually I was talking to a listener of the podcast who's local. We went to brunch, and it was funny because I couldn't articulate how I feel about New York, and I said it's just
Mhm.
something about being there that's different. Like I said, Philly just doesn't have that vibe, and she said, "I know what you mean, like, in New York, you can just go outside and it's a vibe." I'm like, "Yeah," like, I know exactly what she means
Sounds
to
and the feeling. I know what you're talking about. I don't like that vibe, but I know the vibe you're talking
do it.
about. It doesn't do for
Just the
me what it probably
stank
does for you.
is ugh,
Yeah,
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 just the
yeah.
stank.
It's energizing for you,
Yes,
'cause it makes me wanna vomit. So
and I've
we're
changed
different
because
like that.
I ended up because there's some vegan places, and then there was a speakeasy, like, so I ended up near Times Square a couple of times, and usually I'm like, "Oh, I hate these people. I can't stand these people blocking everything," and the last couple of times, it's just most like I have to get from point A to point B, so it's more like tuning people out, like, being
Mhm.
making it easier to tune people out, I guess. and not being annoyed. So
Oh,
that's how
stop
I feel
it.
about LA. Are you gonna go back to LA? Oh shoot. Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a big city person. I don't think I
Mhm.
can. Okay, it's too much. Like I'm overstimulated by everything.
Hi, Chad.
Hi.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, so okay, so that's a cool thing. Reclaim that
Yeah.
prime.
Yes, reclaim that
I like
prime.
that. I
And
like
just
that.
like that, me like we were
I can't
talking
even
about.
watch that show. I can't watch it.
It's sad
I don't
because
know
I
what it
wanna talk
is.
to you about it. It's good this
I'll
season.
try. I think I'm on the second episode. I really was just something about Miranda's just getting I can't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I can't do it with her.
They
Like
start
I
cutting her
can't
out, so yeah. She's
I can't.
annoying, yeah. Same, I agree. Miranda and Che made it a miserable
It's so
experience, but
boring. I'm just like,
somehow now I like Che more than Miranda,
but their
and
relationship was like, this doesn't even seem healthy. Like,
no,
what
it
is it?
wasn't. It isn't,
So
it's like um, they're not really primary, they're like
whatever. I'll
side
try to
pieces.
push through.
Yeah.
I'm watching Insecure with my husband right now, so that's what
What?
I'm
You make
enjoying.
me
We're
wanna
rewatching.
rewatch.
I watched it, but we're rewatching it, so I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Skiki
We just
Grad.
started the second season.
Skiki Grad, Adrielle, you wanna rewatch? I feel like it was at the beginning of the pandemic, and we were watching, like, the last episodes of Insecure, like, we would watch together on FaceTime. We should do that again. It doesn't even have to be
We should do some
FaceTime, just
quick
watch.
reviews or recaps of it.
Let's
That
do
would be
it.
good.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start from the
I
beginning.
love Issa Rae. I can't even
Same.
I just like
Yes.
she needs to be the homie. Like we need to hang out. Just like
You
you
know, I
say
was
about
Awkward
Alan
Black
Wong, I feel
Girl.
like Issa Rae. Like,
Yeah.
yes, you told me about Awkward Black Girl on YouTube.
Mhm.
And so I started watching and I was like, oh my gosh, like so many
That
things are
hallway
cringy,
scene.
but you can relate, right? Like,
17, girl, 17. That hallway scene, yo, I was like, she gets me.
but there were so many scenes in Insecure's
Yeah.
first season. And I love it because like my husband and I are watching, even he'll be like, oh my God, don't do that, or don't say that. Or like, you know, when she gets up and raps or
Cringing.
she does something, it's like very cringy. And I love it because I can feel it. Like I feel that feeling. Yeah, Issa is so dope.
Right?
Her speeches, you know, her speeches from awards stuff. Yes, yes.
Awkward Black,
She was
yes.
the best. The best.
And it's also
And
sentimental, like you were saying, Sean, because I lived in LA too. So I was like, oh, I did that. I went there. I did.
Yep. But I feel like I'm also in awe of just her creativity and her entrepreneurial spirit, like the way she just made this. She made it, all of this. And then she in the Barbie movie. I haven't seen Barbie, but
right.
I was like, okay, Issa.
Yeah, she did
I'm like, I'm proud.
It's like she's a part of a whole. I think I mentioned this before. She's part of a whole group from Stanford, like Jadena, her, like they're this whole group. I'm like, dang, Boulay, get it, Boulay, dang.
I wish I went to Stanford.
I don't.
Anyway, that was my dream school. That was my number one school.
Yeah, that's too tucked back.
Didn't happen for me. But reclaiming our prime.
Yep, we're doing it. It's ours. Reclaiming our prime and just reclaiming our lives. And I think from what I've seen, it looks like kids just grow up trying to please their parents, trying to please society. A lot of times lose a sense of themselves. That's why we got a lot of deletions and things like that. And then it comes a point, like almost a breaking point. Like you hear a lot of time, you'll start hearing people have, I don't know what they're calling it these days, but it used to be they had a nervous breakdown or this or that. And then people then people, you know, that just means like, I don't know, like they just reach their wits end of like life spiraling out of control. And then people are like, F it. This is my life. I got to live for myself. And not that they're selfish, but I think people are just more self-aware, just trying to understand their wants and needs, and that their wants and needs matter too, you know, and seeing life through that lens of the first person for the first time in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a good time too because I don't know, people were having breakdowns and stuff, and I feel like now we have resources, and it's part of the narrative now to discuss mental health and to discuss triggers and to warn people about possible triggers before you start just blowing up their whole life talking about stuff. You know what I mean? Like people are more aware of my words have impact on what you may be going through. I don't know what you're going through, but it may, you know, and so we're
empathy.
the awareness, yes, the empathy, the emotional awareness, emotional intelligence, um, and just the idea of I don't have to sacrifice my entire life because I had children, or I don't
Mhm.
have to sacrifice my entire life to have
You're
a
not a
fulfilling
bad
career.
person because of that, yeah.
Yeah, like, and you can take a day off. You know what?
Mhm.
Mommy's tripping. You need to go lay down. I'm gonna go lay down somewhere, find your
Mhm.
daddy, or whatever you need to do. And that doesn't make me bad or a failure. It just means I know that I need to recharge so I can be better tomorrow. And that's in any
Mhm.
context. Like, just, hey, I'm just a single person starting my own business. You know what? You don't have to grind 24/7. You
Nope.
can take a break. You're allowed to take a break. Step back for a second, But you thought I feel like we were trained up to go hard 24
Mhm.
all day. You just got to grind, do all that stuff, and you burn out
Yep.
and you go crazy and you get addicted to something, or you do, who knows. So
People get addicted to work or their craft,
yeah,
all of
or
that. They
whatever
lose
you do to
themselves, yeah.
express your
Exactly.
drinks or your whatever, or relationships or sex, like, I mean,
Yep.
anything to numb it or push it down, and so we're gonna talk about it here.
Yep.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm hoping to make this, just the the mindset shift that we're having. I'm hoping to make different decisions to kind of make my life a little bit more self focused. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's, like, just listening to my needs and doing things that I think are going
Yeah,
to grow me as a person.
agreed. Breaks are a
Breaks are,
privilege
yeah,
for a
a
lot of
lot of
folks.
folks.
Even like a
Yeah.
5-minute break, like we were telling you to take that 5 or 10-minute break.
Yep. Then we took the whole summer off.
Partners are never easier when they're taking a break. Their support.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to force
But there's
like
also, I feel like there's also it needs to be known that just because there are partners or family, there doesn't mean you have support. I feel like that's not always
ooh.
true. And that could be a topic we talk about too. I
Yeah,
mean,
let's hear about that. Yeah, that's
because
interesting.
that doesn't, people, how they have that saying, the worst kind of loneliness is when you're lonely in a group of people, in a room full of people. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, like New York, they say that
Like,
about
that's
New York
worse.
sometimes.
That's worse
Yeah.
than being a solitary person and alone, is when you're
Mhm.
around people and you still
Yeah,
feel
that
alone.
pisses me
I
off.
feel like
Yeah.
that's a kind of the same, on the same lines of, you could have a
Mhm.
house full of people and zero support. You are
Yeah.
supporting the house full of people. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
You are
Like,
the
it could be
rock.
that. It could be
You are the
that.
rock.
So, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, but that's life. We can talk about all these life things. I feel
Mhm.
like
Life
there's
be
so much
life
to
and
unpack there.
yeah. Like the
Mm.
break stuff, yeah. It's hard that you just gotta give yourself a break. Have you had your break today?
Oh my.
I didn't learn
I
like
thought about Kit Kats.
I had a job that was just scheduling and I would look at people's calendars and I'm like, "Really?" And I didn't have any, sense of boundaries. I just like, "Okay, just gonna go over that." And then a lot of times people
Putting
would
it
just be
in their
like, "Yeah."
calendar?
Yeah, I just put it in there, like, and a lot of times, people would just be like, "Okay." And then, people start saying, "Oh, I can't do that," like or then they start
Yeah.
putting what we call blocks on their calendar and things like that, and then I started doing it. I was like, "Nobody told me I couldn't do it. I just didn't know
Yeah,
this
this
was
is
a
my
thing,
time.
that
Yeah,
I could
take
take
your
this
time.
time" yeah, "to do this task that I need to do, and that my time isn't just whenever you tell me, 'Oh, I need to meet
Yeah.
with you, blah, blah,' unless it's urgent, is it am I available?" Like, in setting those
Yeah.
boundaries, it's been life changing because I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could block off my own time. I didn't know I owned my time because it felt like I thought
Mhm.
work meant to be a slave. Like honestly, I did. Like that's the way it
And
felt.
you were trying to reach those milestones, those
Mhm.
achievements. So you're like, "This
'Cause I
is what
even
I need to do.
wasn't
I need to
like
turn myself over
just
to
trying to
work."
survive. Like Adriel was saying, I was just trying to not be on welfare. Trying to not be on the street. So.
But it's kinda like what they first tell you when you first get started out with, like,
Mhm.
financial planning and stuff, is like, you pay yourself first. Like, when you get
Yeah.
your paycheck, put in your savings, pay yourself first. And I feel like
Mhm.
that can be applied to time also, as everybody we
Yes.
were talking about, I forgot who I was talking to, but I was like, "Man, Taylor Swift is out here just busting her ass, hustling." Like, she's
Mhm.
doing all these things, and I'm like, she has the same 24 hours a day that I have.
Right? A
Granted,
lot of people.
she's in a different position now, and
Yeah,
she's got
she
money
got
and
jets
staff,
and
but
stuff, yeah.
like to see what people can do. Issa Rae, we talked about, see what people can do with their 24 hours,
Mhm,
and to know, even they probably have to pay themselves first. Let me have,
mhm,
this is from this time to this time I'm sleeping. Don't talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, don't,
yeah,
or put that do not disturb on your phone or whatever. Like, you need to give
yeah,
yourself something. Otherwise, people don't know boundaries. They're just going to be like all over you,
yep,
scheduling for you and doing things like that. So, mm-hmm,
yeah, I just read it. I
mm-hmm,
just
mm-hmm. Yep. It's a
wow.
topic.
Yeah,
It's a
that'll
topic.
be interesting. I can't even imagine, because it's like, for me, it's just like, that sounds like, just a release, just freedom, like a safety net, so
Unless it's
interesting.
another person you have to prop up,
Mhm.
um, which it can be.
Yeah.
TikTok is showing me it can be.
Things happen, like, well, that's why I say, it's not just I was watching this show and this lady said her husband passed away and now she's working all these jobs, and I'm thinking, gosh, it's like he didn't have insurance for his family, like something as simple as that. Like, yeah, it's just the little things. And it's like the little
I feel
things that
like
we
it's
take as common sense are not, for a lot of people. So it's like, how do we spread the word without, because a lot of people may think, oh, you're being condescending. You're trying to tell me I know I got to get insurance, but then you don't. So
yeah. I just think it's interesting. I think this is something we can use with this platform or whatever, do with this platform, or just the
mm,
comments of what people are talking about. Like, we all live different experiences, right? We come
mhm,
from different backgrounds, and from the outside we can look at each other's lives. Like, I'm looking at you like, oh, she's free, she can get on a plane and do whatever, she can go do that, but whatever. I don't know what's going on in your household. I mean, I
mhm.
know what you tell me, and then
Yeah.
from the outside you're probably looking at me with some kind of way or whatever. Nobody knows what's going on in my household besides
Yeah,
what I
she
share with
lives in the
you. And
mansions,
so, yeah,
yes.
but it's like we can talk about that. We can have
Mhm,
guests on that have different perspectives, so we can learn. I mean, what Ski Grad just talked about is a
mhm,
married woman said that she felt like a single mother because the husband just worked and was like done, right? And just came
mhm,
home. So there's all kinds of different like lived experiences that I think, again, reclaiming our prime and also just embracing like all the different walks of life that we have and supporting each other through those walks, those journeys to just
mhm.
finding some kind of happiness and I don't know, but I just feel like there's so many stories that we can discuss and that we can share and we can laugh at and we can help each other with or whatever. So I
Exactly.
think that, I mean, because I have little preconceived notions about what, doing this, it must be easy to have your life, or it must be,
Mhm.
we all live in our bubble. And a lot of
Yep,
times we can't see past our bubble. So
yep.
I
I
don't
know
know.
for me, that's part of why it was so hard for me to have empathy for people. I'm just like, "Oh, everybody has it made. Don't talk to me, like, about anything. Everybody has it made." But it's like,
Yeah.
you're still living in your own life. Like, even the
Yeah.
most privileged of
Everybody
privileged
got to
people,
struggle, some
there's
kind
like
of struggle.
their
Pick a
life.
struggle.
Hey, hey, hey.
But yeah, so I don't know. But I mean, that's one thing I do enjoy, and I'm glad about being able to meet people through the podcast, through like our
Yes.
IG lives or through this, is just hearing other people's stories, because it helps to shape your worldview, and it helps to make you a more empathetic person and a
Mhm.
more understanding person, especially when it's people who are living differently from you, have been raised differently from you. We've met a lot of cool people
Yeah.
through the podcast, so I'm grateful for that, just to kind of open my eyes and my heart to different things. So I'm getting
Yes.
all
Like, I'm excited. I'm gonna meet up with the BIPOC, even though I don't like
yes,
that term, but like the
yeah,
BIPOC adoptees group. So I'm excited about
that's
that because
cool.
they found us on Instagram, and then I spoke on one of their lives, and
That was a really good live too. I
thank you.
enjoyed
I have to
watching
go
that.
back and look at it. I haven't
Yeah,
watched it yet. I've watched pieces of it. So
it's interesting. And then just hearing the story shared there. Okay,
we haven't met you
okay, okay.
yet. Broken traditions.
Maybe. We had him on the pod though. That was fun. Talking about
Yeah,
Karens.
that was a good one. That was so good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you want the link, girl? I dropped it. I'll drop it again. It's in
But
the
to come
comments.
through, she gonna come
You can come through.
through. I don't know what that
Hey.
was. Yeah. I miss
So
people. That's the one thing.
yeah,
This
it
is
was.
fun. The IG lives, people would pop in. It's a lot easier. I think people come through quickly, but we may have to hop
Yeah.
on and go live sometime. But
Yeah, we'll have to like
yeah,
open up IG for a few minutes. I don't know how to do that. Anybody broken traditions? How I do that.
I'm tech dumb. I can't do it.
Yeah, let me see. I got something. Hey,
Oh, you got a soundboard. What did you do?
soundboard, and that's me. I deleted it. So
You need to stop saying it like that. Reminding.
Oh, the link for the live for the BIPOC adoptees.
I was like, oh, she coming through?
I was like, what? Yes, I'll
Yeah,
drop the link. I gotta find it myself.
So what should people expect from our upcoming episodes? What are we talking about? What topics do we have coming up? We have a
Ooh, I
list
don't even know.
somewhere.
I gotta look at the list. Yeah.
Anybody have anything they want to hear us shoot the shit about?
Reclaim our
Or
prime.
want to come on? I know we used to do, or we did, not used to, like we're done, but we did Sexy September for the past like 2 years. We've done it. I was listening to some old
Yes, we
episodes.
need
I
to
was
do
like,
that
"What else do?"
again.
So we
Yes.
Sexy September
But
coming up. Coming up.
anyone in the chat, have you experienced your prime yet? Are you in your prime? Is your prime in the future? Let us know.
Is it
Drop a
different for
comment.
men and women?
Yeah.
Oh, we stay shooting the shit, Broken Traditions.
Yeah, you missed it.
so much
Oh,
for
yes, you were
the
here. Shooting the shit about the Alabama Slams.
I mean, we still have PTSD. What does
What
womanhood mean to
divine
you?
woman?
That would be good. Because you
Oh,
know
yeah,
what?
we got the DI. Yeah.
I
You probably
mean,
can't define.
we out here fighting over who owns periods. So I think we can have a whole episode or conversation about that. I really do think that would be a good one.
I don't know what womanhood is. So
Well, we have time to figure it out. That could be our topic next
Yeah.
week or something.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great topic.
We have time. We do some
like
do little
panel?
researches, some polls.
Because I'm gonna even open my mouth. So yes. Excuse me.
But I think that's kind of a hot topic too. That's been around lately, like within the last month or something, all over. I forgot who it was. A blessing something.
Mm-hmm.
A trans woman was saying that cishet women do not own periods. We don't have ownership over periods.
Trans men have periods.
Trans men have periods.
I don't. So other people, I don't know. So what does own mean? I own my body, and if you want to have this pain and excruciating pain, then you're welcome to have it. I don't want it, so I don't have any kids to show for it. So
but you can't disassociate yourself from it.
Exactly, it's my pain. I don't know, and this is gonna sound controversial, but
say it.
Part of me just feels like it's like Dolezal, like people making a mockery of people a lot of the times, and it's like I don't mean that in any way. It's just like, and I've talked to my trans friends about this, and it's just like it's different. Like that's such a great question, because I don't know what a woman is. I don't know what womanhood is, but is it like I don't know how we would define that and why we have to like live by the same thing. Is it supposed to be sugar and spice and everything nice?
Well, you know that's bullshit.
But it's just like if somebody
like
hey girl, I'm black like you good. And it's like, okay, you saw something on TV and that's what you think, and it's just like you're putting on this thing, Talcum X.
What is she talking about? Please tell me where she's going. What are you talking about?
Yes. I'm in my prime financially and mentally, but not physically. I can't dunk no more. Are you in those Skechers?
What? Don't get her on the soundboard. And runtime is down per mile. Yeah, at least you can still run.
Yeah, I can't run.
10 years ago.
I can run 2 minutes. And I know because every time I wake up, if I wake up real late for my class.
Sean King,
yeah. Talcum X.
Connery. Oh my god. That soundboard. I know. We gotta rein her in. I don't even know what she gonna be over here popping different sounds and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we're saying we're hopeful this is our prime. or we're making it. Can you make something?
Oh,
in
I think
Prime?
we're gonna have another Prime because I heard people in the 70s. That's like,
If you make it to 70,
60s too. I'm
I
fine.
mean, I don't
not
know.
making it,
Everybody's
you know, I
saying
don't.
this is the new this, 20 or 30 is the new 20, 40 is the new this, and I'm just,
Yeah, I don't know. Like I realize, like, as much as I say, like, beam me up and everything, I think it's just beam me out of these circumstances because I was talking to my aunt and she said my little cousin said, um, what did my little cousin was like scared of some fireworks on the 4th of July and
mhm.
and his mom told him he would be okay. And so he went through, he said, Daddy's gonna be okay. He said, Grandma's gonna be okay. And he said, Cousin Momo's gonna be okay. I wasn't even there.
Oh,
I was just like, oh,
sweet.
I almost cried. I was like, oh, I need this in my life. I was too cold over there. Yay! Oh, appreciate you, Boo.
Yay.
Love the positive energy here. Really feels like a new chapter for you too. So
We're
excited.
trying.
Glad to have you. Yes.
Yes. I feel like we need more positive outlets and positive,
Yes, Iggy.
content to consume. Because it's so easy to get. And I think that's what led to our break too. It's so easy to get in the news cycle and the spiral, and everybody's just coming at each other, the Facebook comments, like you said, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like just, and
that's
it takes
definitely an
over
addiction
you.
of mine. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
that feels
Rabbit
good.
holes.
Like
Mhm.
it feels good. Like it's a and so I get that off of like Real Housewives now.
What?
Thanks, Broken
Am I
Fan.
missing Real Housewives? Real Housewives is on right now. Which one? Potomac? I miss Potomac.
Atlanta
Have they
and
come
Orange
back?
County are the two I'm watching.
Oh,
and I'm
I
watching
stopped with Orange County. I
excuse
can't
me,
do
90
it.
Day Fiance UK.
I have to watch the I have to watch. I gotta watch it.
Oh man,
I
those roast men
haven't-
are killing me. Anybody watching 90 Day before the 90 days?
Anybody from our IG live days?
Yeah, if you're from our
watching?
IG live, we will not mention, but if you're from our IG live, you know. If you know, we should post some clips from those days.
We should.
We should, yeah.
Tag. Yeah, we should.
Let's do it. You know, we've been blocked.
I know
You know?
Adriel knows. I know Adriel knows.
Yeah, oh yeah, Adriel. Chad said, why, Chad? Why'd you have to stop? The franchise, exactly. So good.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I feel like there was one live where it was you, me, Adriel, and our friend, and that was the night that did it for me. I was like checked out from that whole situation after that. I was like,
he got mad because what? I forgot because the guy had 2 jobs.
He told us to shut up. I don't know. Yeah. No, before that, it was like an episode or two.
He told us to shut, and then he came back. We tried to be nice.
Shut up. Nah, we good. I'm good.
But you like watching this is just like validating. It's like, okay, this is a character of this person. This makes sense. Not our friend. Haha. I notice a lot of content. Yes. Amen. It's toxic. Like it's just low
and
vibrational.
Come into your life, and it affects your life. Like you can't have that.
And I love it. Like I can get down to low vibrational. That feels good.
I know. Like, but then you stay down there.
Yeah,
and then it's hard to come back up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So it's like I don't want to. Why you really? That was funny though. That YouTube was funny. He went off, yes. On all those black women, he went off. And he said he loved black women, but obviously that's not. I was kidding.
No.
Ooh, child.
Probably a passport, bro. Now that we think about it, what's that about?
With those white socks. Stop.
Stop. Anyways, I don't know. What else?
Thank you, Adriel, for the topic of womanhood.
What is womanhood?
I would like to know what that is.
I want to know what womanhood is.
I want you.
I mean, we could have some guests on for that, or at least maybe do like some if people can send in their little video of the definition, we could throw in a little montage or something.
Okay, you know what? Part of my reclaiming my prime is I'm going to reach out to people to be guests. I think I was a little ashamed, and it's like sometimes if I know somebody's going to say no, I'm just like, I'm going to ask, and it's like,
I didn't even try.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know what people want to talk about. What
and it's like, who am I? But it doesn't. What they say, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So I'm going to reach out to some people and see, once we get the topics, and then see who matches the topics and go from there. I mean, we already have the topic. I need to look at them and just match them up with the people.
Passports are on back order for now.
Mine expires in 3 years.
Mine expired in April. I need to get on that.
Yeah, it's like taking weeks.
Thank you, Broken Traditions.
Months, I mean, yeah. I wonder why. I got my global entry not fast. It took a long time, but in the meantime, they extended it. So there was never a gap. I haven't been anywhere.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Well,
anyways.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Any final words?
I know, it was good to see everybody in here.
Yes, appreciate y'all. Shout out to all of you, Adrielle, Chad, Broken Traditions, Skigi Grad, Unstructured Conversations, Ariella, who? Yes, am I missing anyone? Hope not. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
See you next.
Look for us on IG Live. We may just hop on just out of nowhere sometime.
Yeah.
During the day.
We're going to start popping up, so stay tuned to that. It'll pop up in your feed. All right. Love y'all. Take care. Bye.
Bye.